Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us at another Plane Time in Orlando. I'm Ben Coleman, your host for Plane Time, and it's always a pleasure to come to you and wherever your setting is, in your living room, out on the golf course, out on your boats, or freezing and shivering up in the ice holes up in Canada. But it's always good to come to you from the Florida Aviation Network, and it is a project of the National Aviation Safety Foundation. And this is a volunteer-run operation, and there's so much passion behind this effort to get out the word on aviation safety, and particularly with the Plane Time push is for maintenance. We have a very, very strong passion for maintenance in our organization, and the industry in general is in strong, strong need of aircraft maintenance technicians or mechanics. And I'm a mechanic. I'm proud to be a mechanic. I love to fix stuff. I've been known to break things, but I love to fix it once I break it. But we break it and we fix it. We don't break it to a standard, but we fix it to a standard. And we have a gentleman here with us, our very special guest, Mr. John Detrick. John?
Morning, Ben.
Morning. Welcome to Plane Time.
Thank you.
John, you are with an organization, you have a very vast background in aviation. But you are now currently with Travis. Is it a community college, or what is Travis?
I'm currently with Travis Technical College.
Okay.
Travis Technical College is the local vocational college in Polk County, Florida, which is the home of Sun and Fun, for those of you that don't know. Travis Technical College has got a very robust vocational program, such as automobile mechanics, nursing, dental assisting, electricians, and in my particular ball of works is the aircraft maintenance technician training program. I'm the program coordinator for that, and it involves the Travis Technical College, the adult side of things, and also the high school program located at the Central Florida Aerospace Academy, right across the street from Sun and Fun.
You mean you can actually go to high school and learn about aircraft maintenance?
Exactly, Ben. We start them in the 10th grade. They finish up in 12th grade by finishing their airframe, and the goal is to get them right into the adult program and finish up their power plant, and then off into the workforce or off to college or whatever their future may hold.
John, why is Travis focusing so much, and there be so much effort to create this at a high school level? What is the purpose of, and again, aviation is wonderful for acronyms, but AMT, what does AMT stand for?
Good question. AMT stands for Aircraft Maintenance Technician. In the old days, this was called A&P Mechanic, our Airframe and Power Plants Mechanic. Those are the two licenses that you earn. In fact, that term is still synonymous. A lot of us old-timers still say A&P instead of AMT. But aircraft maintenance technician is the preferred verbiage now.
And as far as skilled trade, where does this fit into the big picture of a skilled trade? Because we've got plumbers, we have electricians, we have interior decorators. Is that a skilled trade? I guess it could be. But anything that we use day to day, auto mechanics, hydraulics, I mean, just a myriad of things. But where does A&P fit into a skilled trade?
The AMT is really required. Anything that's being done on an aircraft requires an aircraft maintenance technician or an A&P to sign off and to perform the work. It's a very lucrative career. And actually, this career, this license can actually lead you into other industries, such as Disney, Busch Gardens, all the theme parks. They hire quite a few individuals with the A&P licenses because they know the quality of instruction and the level of instruction that's required by the FAA. The FAA actually specifies our curriculum that we must teach, so we teach to higher standards than you would get maybe in an automotive mechanic training program.
John, I know you have a background, a vast background, both Marines and airlines, and God, someday you're going to be able to keep a real job. You know that, don't you? But where is the the quality aspect of what you have developed in your career, the quality of individual or mannerisms associated with a good aircraft A&P or AMT, as we call it.
Well, it's been brought up before that, unlike a car, an airplane, you can't just pull off from the side of the road if you have a problem. If an airplane has a problem, potentially people die. And because of that, A&Ps or AMTs are trained to much higher standards, and they're actually held to much higher standards. And that's why other industries love AMT-trained people as well.
And John, I'd be remiss if we didn't bring out the fact that most times when you or I, or we're the last person that actually buttons up the aircraft, that sees a very critical component of the aircraft. And once we put our signature that it was done right and to a standard, that's our bond. Our word is our bond. Mm-hmm. And this gets me onto the term of integrity. Mm-hmm. What can you share with me about integrity in this business?
Well, integrity is doing the correct thing even when no one's looking. And because of this, because AMTs have higher personal integrity and higher standards as required by the FAA, we take everything that we do seriously. I tell the students that when they affix their signature on the airworthiness release, or they decide that this aircraft is safe for flight, they own it. They own the aircraft, and anything that happens after that.
Okay, here we are. This is getting down to the meat and potatoes. All this was kind of warm up to this point, but when we have little Jackie or little Timmy in the living room, and they're wanting to know, what do you want to be when you grow up? Most kids, I want to be a fireman. I want to ride in the big red truck. Or I want to be a pilot because I want to walk in and wear my epaulets, and I want to have everybody look up to me as this wonderful, glorious person that takes this machine through the air. What are we going to do to get little Timmy or little Jackie to really want to get involved and interested in aircraft maintenance? Because it's a lot of fun, and the definition of fun and work. If you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life. And it's the passion and there's so much passion in this industry that I still, you can ask Melody, I still get giggly. When I see an airplane fly over, I watch the whole time, and love to pick out what it is. Is it a Continental or a Lycoming powered? So it's very important to instill this passion into our kids. How do we do that? Because, the world is evolving, and there's a lot of turmoil if you let it get to you. Because who controls our turmoil, our inner turmoil? We do. So, John, I'm putting you on the hot seat right now. What do we do to get to our youth to encourage them, to, kind of like Mike Rowe does with his programs? Mike Rowe, dirty tasks, dirty jobs?
Dirty jobs.
Dirty jobs. I love getting my hands dirty. What do you like to do, John?
Well, I do as well. I love to get my hands dirty. I have a passion for this. I'm guilty of a lot of the same things that you are. An airplane crosses overhead, and I'm pointing my nose up, looking at it. And I try to instill this passion in the students that we have, to show them that there's more to this than just having a job. It's all about having fun. It's enjoying what you do, having a passion for it. It's okay to be a pilot. When I grew up, I wanted to be an astronaut. That I think every little boy, my age, grew up with the Mercury and the Apollo programs. That's what we wanted to do. Didn't work out, so I became an aircraft mechanic. And you're right, I eventually worked my way up the food chain and became an airline pilot, but I never lost that passion for fixing things. And not just airplanes. And that's something else that you get from this industry and this training, is that once you learn how to fix airplanes, you can pretty much fix anything in the world. It continuously amazes my wife that I will tackle a project and just get it done. I spent quite a few years living on sailboats. I've restored some old sailboats, and I'd have people on the dock just amazed that I would do something, and of course save a lot of money, and have the pleasure of learning how to do it, and to do it with my own hands, and not sitting in front of a computer screen or having somebody else do it for me.
And and again, the passion aspect of it is, and some in your own mind, John, you are an astronaut.
I'm a legend in my own mind.
Okay, but as far as tackling things and events that you really maybe don't think you're capable of, and I'm sporting a nice little scar here. If you're going to be stupid, you got to be tough. And every now and then things don't work out just the way that you planned it. So I got clobbered by a piece of steel yesterday. But it's fun jumping off into a challenge. And I think in any time that I have grandkids, and I talk to them about challenges and reaching just a little bit beyond their comfort zone and having some guidance. And you had some guidance. I don't know who it was. I had guidance of doing things. And my dad would always say, if you're going to do it right. If you're not going to do it, and from my E&P training, we had an instructor. He was really an instructor. Said, if the tool ain't right, the dude ain't right. Okay, so use the right proper tool for the proper job. Know how to ad-lib, but again, we want to get back to the ultimate airman. And John, what is the ultimate airman to you? And airman, airwoman, we're being politically correct here. Airman is the term, but I tell you, there's some fantastic lady mechanics out there, lady engineers, lady pilots, and I'm not going to say this out loud. I'm going to whisper a little bit, but women sometimes do things a little bit better than men because their attention to detail. But we're not going to let that get out. We're not going to let it get out. So, ultimate airman, what does that mean to you?
I might be a little biased here, but I've got to say that I think that mechanics make the best pilots.
Well, I disagree, John. I think pilots make the best mechanics.
I think it works better the other way around.
We're going to have to arm wrestle on that one. But the bottom line is the ultimate airman is if it breaks, you know how to fix it. If you're flying and something doesn't sound right, doesn't feel right, feel vibration, rather than just, I'm going to write that up and turn it into mechanic when we land.
Yeah.
If we land. So if you know you're not going to press on to your destination. Yeah. You're going to, I think we need to make a precautionary landing and check this out before you start shedding pieces. John, tell us a little bit more about the term airworthy, because this is something that I would like for our youth and even our youth's parents to pick up on the term airworthy. What does that mean to you?
Well, to put it really in layman's terms, the term airworthy is something that's endemic to aviation. It means that aircraft, first off, meets its design standards as established by the manufacturer and the FAA, and that it's safe for its intended operation. And this is something that's so vastly different than with automobile mechanics. When you take your car into your local dealer just for an oil change, that mechanic does not sign his signature saying that he did that task correctly and perfectly, and there is virtually no danger of any mechanical failure with that particular task that he did.
He or she did.
He or she. And that's another good topic. I'm glad you brought that up, Ben. 6% of the total AMTs licensed in the U.S. are women, are female. And that number is growing all the time. Here at Travis, 2 of our adult instructors are in fact women. And I've got to tell you, they know their subjects far better than I do. I can teach it, but they really, really know it. And if it wasn't for those 2, I don't think we would enjoy the success rate that we have.
And we have to take into account our physical attributes as well. You take this meat hook here, it's hard to get this into an inspection panel. It really is. But sometimes I have to ask Melody, would you come and get that out for me, please? Because her petite little arms fit a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
There's a task and a reason to have Mongo come in, and here, will you pick that engine up and hold it up here for me? As opposed to doing some of the delicate tasks that takes some delicate finesse, if you will.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of passion that goes into fixing things,
Yeah.
John. And we're trying to get this and develop this with our viewing audience. And tell me a little bit more about how you at Travis are going out after that youth to get them involved. Of course, you've got the adult program, and then you've got your high school program. Where do you start? I mean, is age 6 too early? Age 12 is perfect? You've done some demographics on that, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, it depends upon the individual child and their environment. Now, of course, if you're a parent and you've got your own airplane, your child is probably involved with it. But unfortunately, most children are not. We get them through the STEM, which is what? Science, technology, engineering, and what's the M? Magic?
Could be mathematics.
Yeah, mathematics. Yeah, magic. So, anyways, we get them through this program, and a lot of these students are already interested in doing something in aviation. Because at Central Florida Aerospace Academy, we have engineering programs. We have a drone program. We have a pilot training program, and a lot of our students come to us from the pilot training program, wanting to be pilots, and they just kind of do the aircraft maintenance technician training on the side, and that's where we get them hooked, and we introduce this passion to them for working on their own airplanes, to really know more about what they're flying than just what they're taught as a private pilot. The more knowledge is better, especially when we start getting into the more advanced systems. When something goes wrong, you kind of know what's going on. Or sometimes you're able to fix it. Sometimes you develop a passion for that. You want to build your own. You want to fix your own. And that's where we try to introduce that to them.
You mentioned the term STEM, and I was trying to develop STEAM as another term, science, technology,
Arts?
arts. Add the A to the E,
Yeah.
make it STEAM. But arts is very important because of the attention to memory skills, and for example, musicians, they do not play out of tune, and there is a lot of memory as far as reading the staff. There's a lot of correlation between the arts of music and the art of flying an aircraft, the art of fixing and maintaining aircraft to a standard. And it's a very, very important task that we have to share this and try to get our young people to want to do all of these things. Because, and here's a term, John, you ever heard anybody say, well, I haven't had time? Why didn't you do this or that? I just haven't had time. We all have the same amount of time. It's what we choose to do with it. And that's why it's so important. And I am going to mention the word shortage. We haven't mentioned that. That was supposed to be at the top of our presentation, but we're going to line up and wind up with the term shortage and the need. You have identified that had this pandemic not hit us, the airlines would be in a world of hurt right now.
Yes, they are.
Okay,
Yes.
explain that to me.
Right now, there's a looming shortage of qualified aircraft maintenance technicians. The average age of an AMT right now is 58 years old. A lot of people are retiring. After the pandemic eases and air travel gets back up, the airlines are going to be right back where they were before, scurrying to find qualified mechanics. So many of them have even started their own apprenticeship programs. I mean, it's the need is just incredible, and we're going to be facing that very shortly.
And John, to be a successful A&P or AMT or aircraft mechanic, once you go through this training and you come out the other end, you got your certification. Is it add water and stir and poof, you're a tremendous technician that in high demand?
Sadly, no. I wish that were the case, but no. Just like any other skill, whether you be a plumber or electrician, it's going to take you a couple of years to get up to speed, to be fully qualified and highly skilled, and everybody knows that.
John, it's been an absolute pleasure. We're going to start to wind it up now.
Okay, no problem.
And but we would love to have you back and hopefully glean a little bit more about what you're doing there at Travis and Central Florida Aerospace Academy. There at the Sun and Fun campus in Lakeland, and it's such a pleasure to have you here. And I know you've got a busy schedule here, and your hours are short. You only put in like 70 or 80 hours a week. there, Travis, but it's very well deserved and very well needed.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you so
Pleasure.
much, John. And we are going to steer you to our website to view our next event for Janet's Planet. We're going to be enjoying that coming up in very, very short time. I'm not going to tell you exactly when, because I'm going to drive you to the website so you can actually look of when the Janet's Planet are going to be on the slate. We got a slate. We have a big thing. Again, thank you so much to our volunteers. We got Bob. We have George. I'm sorry, you're a new volunteer. I need to meet her after we close out this set. Did I mention this is live? And we're streaming live and in the clear. Florida Aviation Network. I'm Ben Coleman, your host for Plain Time. We'll see you next interview.